gone so far, the rankings, you got to be happy and you got to feel confident with the team going down. I believe it's the Bay Area.
Yeah, we're going down to Stanford Invite.
So the Stanford Invite, so you got to feel confident with the type of team that you're taking down there.
Yeah, the biggest asset that we have is our depth right now for both genders, men and women both. Men are ranked 16th in the country. Women are not on that radar, but just the release came out today for the regional rankings, and women are now ranked 10th, so it's nice to have them on the radar. But definitely we feel very confident with what we have right now, and as we can just keep the injuries away, we're just going to try to sustain that through conference and regional championships.
You know, it's a long season, but the national rankings in the short time you've been here, you've really, I mean, I know it's people that's running, but this program's really changed and it's headed, it looks like, in the right direction. Just how have you been able to transform it into a winner and getting the recognition?
You know, mainly it's just good people behind you. We got a great support system here at Humboldt, and without the administration and the assistant coaches, you can't do this by yourself. And so what I'm real proud of is that we have 24 women on the roster, we have 26 men. And you can take the top 10 in order to go to conference, and it's just good to have that depth, to have the availability so we can redshirt some people and we cycle them through when our seniors graduate. But more importantly, the entire program is a reflection upon what the school is and the support we get from the administration.
Let's talk about the meet this weekend. Are there schools that you're excited to face for your athletes to go up against one another? Is there any schools you're looking at?
You know, there is. What's kind of nice about the Stanford Invite is you have good national competition from the Division I, Division II level, and you also have good regional competition from people that are in your conference and also in your region. So the best of the best are going to be there, and we can challenge ourselves to the people that we look up to as a benchmark in our program, or I should say in our schedule. Chico State, Stanford University, I believe Arkansas is going to come out. So when you can evaluate your team on a per member basis against the best in the country, it's nice to see where you stand, because I mean, this is a true benchmark for our program, and then the next test will be our conference championships in October. So another good asset about this race is that it's going to simulate what we have or to expect to have at the regional championships in Hawaii. On November the 3rd, we race on Oahu. It's going to be an all-grass golf course. That's what the Stanford Invite's held. It's on a grass golf course. Hopefully we have a little bit of humidity to reflect what we might mimic in Hawaii. Not going to be exactly the same, but you can take it for what it's worth and make sure you simulate and get that experience that you can expect when it's important at the regional championships.
You need somebody to film that event, give me a call. I can
We got an extra ticket.
Yeah.
You can take Tom Trippiak's.
There you go.
Coach, you know, looking at the roster you have, you mentioned depth. What separates this year's squad from the one you've previously coached?
You know, the men have been pretty consistent. We've been lucky to have and inherit a really good squad of teammates. But we've been recruiting like crazy on the women's side for the past 2 years. So I would say, to answer your question, is that you know, before, you need to have each one of your cylinders or your runners run well and not become injured if you're going to have a successful season. So the biggest difference is that if somebody does happen to get injured and we need somebody else to step up, there's people behind them in order to help the team. And that's probably the biggest change we've seen in the last 1 to 2 years.
And you know, recruiting-wise, has it still the same? Does it still present the same difficulties, or has it been easier to get more kids in just based on what you guys have been able to do?
You know, obviously, when you have a little bit of success, people want to come to your program more. It makes your job a little bit easier to recruit. But more importantly, is if we have a good academic fit for the student athlete, that's what I try to sell. Is this that they're going to study any kind of natural sciences or psychology or any of the 46 majors that we offer. That's what I try to sell. Obviously, if you're a distance runner and you come back here and you run the trails, that's a good selling point too. So it's just, but collectively, it's going to be the student athlete and the academics and the running atmosphere that's going to be in combination to get those kids up here.
Okay. So, I mean, with running being such a big thing up here and you being local, is it easy to tap that resource of local talent up here?
Yeah, it is. I think so. For me, it's an easy sell because I love it up here. I mean, I'm raising my family up here, and I'm sold on Humboldt State University. I went to school here, I got my master's here, and running for the program. But I'm its probably biggest cheerleader. And so when you're trying to recruit kids and they see that kind of energy, not only from myself but other assistants, it's hard to beat that. I really feel confident that we can just about out-recruit any other location in the state of California for distance running. It's a big statement, but I feel that confident with it. We got a great place to run here and great academics.
Excellent.
Good.
Good.